The Willpower Transcenders, achieving goals without effort through mental programming. Let me tell you about the moment that transformed Dr. Amanda Rodriguez from a high achiever who struggled with willpower and self-discipline to what performance scientists now call a willpower transcender. Someone who has mastered the ability to achieve any goal through mental programming that operates automatically, making success effortless, rather than requiring constant conscious effort and self-control. It was October 3rd, 2024, and Amanda was experiencing her third major goal failure in 2 years, despite possessing all the knowledge, resources, and motivation necessary for success, realizing that willpower-based achievement was fundamentally flawed and unsustainable. Most people try to achieve their goals through willpower, self-discipline, and conscious effort, creating internal struggle and frequent failure when motivation diminishes or obstacles appear. Amanda discovered something that revolutionized human achievement science. She learned what Napoleon Hill called the Effortless Achievement Method, the systematic approach to programming the subconscious mind so completely that goal achievement becomes automatic, requiring no willpower, self-discipline, or conscious effort. Within 24 months, Amanda had not only achieved the 3 goals that had previously defeated her, but had developed what colleagues called supernatural achievement abilities, accomplishing objectives that seemed impossible through what appeared to be effortless action that operated automatically, regardless of external circumstances or internal resistance. Tonight, you're going to learn the exact willpower transcendence framework Amanda used to program automatic goal achievement, and how you can apply these same principles to accomplish any objective without struggle, effort, or dependence on motivation, willpower, or self-discipline. The willpower failure crisis. Amanda's transformation began when she recognized that despite years of goal setting, productivity systems, and self-improvement efforts, she was trapped in cycles of initial enthusiasm, followed by gradual decline and eventual failure. Her pattern was always the same: strong motivation at the beginning, sustained effort for several weeks, then gradual erosion of consistency until complete abandonment. "I had become an expert at starting things, but terrible at finishing them," Amanda later reflected. "I would set ambitious goals, create detailed plans, and begin with tremendous energy, but within months, my willpower would fade, distractions would multiply, and I would find myself back where I started, feeling like a failure despite knowing exactly what I needed to do." The crisis deepened when Amanda calculated the cumulative cost of her willpower failures. Over 5 years, incomplete goals had cost her approximately $2.8 million in missed opportunities, delayed career advancement, and unfulfilled potential. She possessed all the knowledge and capability needed for success, but couldn't maintain consistent action. That's when her performance coach, Dr. Michael Chen, introduced her to Professor Elena Zhang, a neuroscientist who had spent 22 years studying what she called subconscious achievement programming, the ability to program automatic goal achievement that operates independently of conscious willpower and motivation. The effortless achievement discovery. Professor Zhang had a revolutionary perspective on goal achievement and human motivation that completely changed Amanda's understanding of success and self-discipline. Most people approach goals backwards, Professor Zhang explained. They try to use conscious willpower to override subconscious programming that creates resistance and sabotage. Willpower transcenders understand that the subconscious mind controls behavior automatically. When you program the subconscious properly, achievement becomes effortless because your internal system works for you instead of against you. Professor Zhang showed Amanda brain imaging research demonstrating that successful long-term achievers had different neural patterns than willpower-dependent strivers. Their goal-related behaviors operated through automatic processes rather than conscious effort, making consistency effortless rather than requiring continuous self-discipline. Willpower is a limited resource that depletes with use, Professor Zhang continued. But subconscious programming is unlimited and operates 24/7 without conscious attention. When you master effortless achievement, goals accomplish themselves through automatic behavioral patterns that feel natural rather than forced. The 5 willpower transcendence principles. Over the next 7 months, Professor Zhang taught Amanda 5 fundamental principles that transform goal achievement from conscious struggle to automatic success. Principle 1, subconscious alignment. Instead of fighting internal resistance through willpower, willpower transcenders align their goals with subconscious values and identity patterns, eliminating internal conflict that creates effort and struggle. Principle 2, Automatic behavioral installation. Rather than relying on conscious decision-making, Willpower Transcenders install automatic behavioral patterns that execute goal-related actions without requiring willpower, motivation, or self-discipline. Principle 3. Environmental programming. Willpower Transcenders design environmental triggers and systems that automatically cue desired behaviors while eliminating triggers for unwanted behaviors, creating success through external programming rather than internal effort. Principle 4. Identity transformation. Instead of trying to achieve goals that conflict with self-image, Willpower Transcenders transform their identity so that goal achievement becomes natural expression of who they are, rather than something they must force themselves to do. Principle 5. Resistance dissolution. Willpower Transcenders systematically identify and dissolve subconscious resistance patterns that create self-sabotage, eliminating internal barriers that require willpower to overcome. Amanda's 24-month Willpower Transcendence transformation. Under Professor Zhang's guidance, Amanda systematically rebuilt her approach to goal achievement. Month 1-4, subconscious pattern analysis and resistance identification. Amanda began by analyzing her subconscious patterns to understand why willpower-based approaches consistently failed. She discovered that her goals often conflicted with deep-seated beliefs about worthiness, capability, and identity that created automatic resistance requiring constant conscious override. Working with Professor Zhang, Amanda learned to identify the specific subconscious programs that created self-sabotage. Her fitness goals conflicted with identity as busy professional who doesn't have time for health. Her financial goals conflicted with family beliefs about money being the root of evil. Her career goals conflicted with fears about success making her arrogant. I realized I was trying to achieve goals while my subconscious was programmed to prevent exactly those achievements, Amanda explained. It was like trying to drive with the emergency brake engaged. No amount of acceleration would create smooth forward movement. Month 5-8, Identity Reconstruction and Subconscious Alignment. Amanda learned systematic techniques for transforming her identity and beliefs to align with her goals, rather than conflict with them. She used visualization, affirmation, and repetition to install new identity patterns that made goal achievement natural, rather than forced. She practiced what Professor Zhang called identity modeling, studying people who effortlessly achieved similar goals, and adopting their belief systems, behavioral patterns, and identity structures. This allowed her to embody the characteristics that made achievement automatic rather than struggling against her existing identity. Amanda also learned to reframe her goals as identity expression rather than behavior change. Instead of "I need to exercise more," her goal became "I am someone who naturally maintains physical vitality." Instead of "I should save money," it became "I am naturally financially responsible and abundant." Month 9-12, Automatic Behavior Installation and Environmental Programming. Amanda developed systematic approaches for installing automatic behaviors that executed goal-related actions without conscious decision-making. She used repetition, emotional intensity, and environmental design to create behavioral patterns that operated independently of willpower and motivation. She learned to use environmental triggers strategically. Her workout clothes were laid out automatically every morning. Her investment transfers were automated through technology. Her healthy food choices were supported by eliminating unhealthy options from her environment entirely. Amanda also created what Professor Zhang called success rituals, automatic behavioral sequences triggered by specific environmental cues that executed complex goal-related behaviors without requiring conscious planning or decision-making. Month 13-16, Resistance dissolution and sabotage pattern elimination. Amanda systematically identified and dissolved the subconscious resistance patterns that had previously created self-sabotage. She used techniques including emotional release, belief replacement, and trauma resolution to eliminate internal barriers that required willpower to overcome. She learned to recognize early warning signs of self-sabotage and had automatic intervention strategies that prevented resistance patterns from gaining momentum. When old programming attempted to resurface, new programming automatically countered it without conscious effort. Amanda also developed what Professor Zhang called success immunity, psychological patterns that were resistant to the negative influences and limiting beliefs that had previously derailed her progress. Month 17-24, Advanced Programming and Effortless Mastery. Amanda mastered advanced techniques for programming complex goal achievement sequences that operated entirely through subconscious automation. She learned to install multi-step behavioral patterns that executed automatically over extended time periods without conscious management. She developed ability to program goals at the identity level so completely that achievement became an inevitable expression of who she was, rather than something she had to work toward. Her subconscious system became perfectly aligned with her conscious objectives, creating effortless forward momentum. Amanda also learned to program adaptive responses that automatically adjusted her behaviors based on changing circumstances, maintaining progress toward goals regardless of external challenges or internal fluctuations. The extraordinary willpower transcendence results. By month 24, Amanda's effortless achievement programming had produced remarkable outcomes. Goal achievement success. Accomplished all 3 previously failed goals, achieving optimal health and fitness, building substantial savings and investment portfolio, and securing promotion to executive position without experiencing struggle or requiring willpower. Behavioral automation. Developed automatic behavioral patterns that maintained goal-related actions consistently regardless of motivation levels, external pressures, or competing priorities. Identity transformation created complete alignment between subconscious identity and conscious goals, eliminating internal conflict that previously required willpower to overcome. Resistance immunity achieved psychological state where self-sabotage patterns could not gain traction, creating consistent forward progress without backsliding or failure. Effortless consistency maintained goal-related behaviors automatically for over 18 months without experiencing fatigue, burnout, or motivation decline. Advanced programming developed ability to program complex multi-goal achievement sequences that operated simultaneously without requiring conscious attention or management. The Effortless Achievement Framework. Through Amanda's transformation and Professor Zhang's research with hundreds of high achievers, they developed a comprehensive framework for willpower transcendence. Phase 1. Subconscious analysis and resistance pattern identification. Map existing subconscious programs and identify conflicts between goals and identity patterns. Analyze historical failure patterns to understand self-sabotage triggers and resistance mechanisms. Assess current beliefs and values that either support or oppose desired achievements. Understand how existing identity creates automatic behaviors that prevent goal achievement. Phase 2. Identity transformation and subconscious alignment systematically transform identity and belief systems to align with desired goals rather than oppose them. Use visualization, affirmation, and modeling techniques to install new identity patterns. Reframe goals as natural expression of transformed identity rather than forced behavior change. Eliminate internal conflicts that require willpower to overcome through identity-level transformation. Phase 3. Automatic behavior installation and environmental programming. Install specific behavioral patterns that execute goal-related actions without conscious decision-making. Design environmental triggers and systems that cue desired behaviors automatically. Eliminate environmental triggers for unwanted behaviors and resistance patterns. Create success rituals and behavioral sequences that operate independently of motivation and willpower. Phase 4. Resistance dissolution and sabotage prevention. Identify and systematically eliminate subconscious resistance patterns that create self-sabotage. Use emotional release and trauma resolution techniques to dissolve barriers that require willpower to overcome. Develop early warning systems and automatic intervention strategies that prevent sabotage patterns. Create psychological immunity to external influences and internal resistance that previously caused failure. Phase 5. Advanced programming and effortless mastery. Master complex goal programming that operates through subconscious automation across multiple objectives. Develop adaptive response systems that maintain progress regardless of changing circumstances. Create identity-level achievement programming that makes success inevitable rather than effortful. Establish systematic approaches for programming new goals through subconscious alignment rather than willpower dependence. Real-world willpower transcendence applications. Case Study 1. The effortless entrepreneur business consultant Sarah Kim eliminated her struggles with business development by programming her identity as natural business builder rather than relying on willpower for networking and sales activities. Through systematic subconscious programming, business development became automatic expression of her identity, generating 340% increase in revenue without experiencing effort or resistance. Case Study 2. The automatic author-writer Michael Torres overcame years of writing blocks and incomplete projects by programming his identity as prolific creator and installing automatic writing behaviors triggered by environmental cues. His subconscious programming enabled him to complete 12 books in 18 months while maintaining quality and enjoying the creative process. Case Study 3. The effortless athlete fitness enthusiast Lisa Chen transformed from inconsistent exercise patterns to effortless daily training by aligning her fitness goals with identity as naturally athletic person and programming automatic workout behaviors. Her subconscious system maintained consistent training for over 2 years without requiring motivation or self-discipline. The neuroscience of subconscious programming. Modern neuroscience provides frameworks for understanding how subconscious programming creates effortless achievement. Neuroplasticity and automatic pattern formation research demonstrates that repetitive mental and physical patterns create neural pathways that operate automatically, allowing complex behaviors to execute without conscious attention or willpower. Default mode network and identity integration studies show that identity-level programming affects the brain's default mode network, creating automatic behavioral patterns that align with self-concept rather than requiring conscious effort. Habit formation and basal ganglia programming neuroscience research reveals that habit formation occurs in the basal ganglia, creating automatic behavioral responses that operate independently of conscious decision-making and willpower. Unconscious processing and subconscious goal pursuit brain imaging studies demonstrate that the unconscious mind continuously works toward programmed objectives through processes that operate below conscious awareness but influence behavior automatically. Advanced willpower transcendence techniques, deep identity programming, and self-concept transformation master advanced techniques for transforming identity at fundamental levels that create automatic behavioral alignment with desired achievements. Subconscious communication and programming languages learn specialized visualization, affirmation, and emotional techniques that communicate effectively with subconscious processes to install desired programming. Environmental architecture and behavioral trigger design develop sophisticated approaches for designing environments that automatically cue desired behaviors while eliminating triggers for unwanted patterns. Resistance pattern analysis and dissolution protocols master systematic approaches for identifying and eliminating subconscious resistance patterns that require willpower to overcome. The technology tools for effortless achievement, biofeedback, and subconscious state monitoring use devices that monitor brainwave patterns, heart rate variability, and other biometric indicators to track subconscious programming effectiveness and optimize installation techniques. Subliminal programming and audio technology leverage subliminal audio programs and binaural beats that facilitate subconscious programming and automatic behavioral installation through auditory stimulation. Virtual reality and immersive programming environments use VR technology to create immersive experiences that accelerate identity transformation and behavioral programming through realistic visualization and embodiment. Habit tracking and behavioral monitoring apps implement smartphone applications that track automatic behaviors and provide feedback on programming effectiveness without requiring conscious attention to maintain behaviors. The daily effortless achievement practice. Successful willpower transcenders develop consistent programming maintenance routines, morning identity reinforcement, 10 minutes, visualize and affirm identity patterns that align with desired goals and achievements, practice embodying the characteristics of someone who effortlessly achieves your objectives, reinforce subconscious programming through repetition and emotional intensity, midday automatic behavior check, 5 minutes. Monitor whether automatic behaviors are executing as programmed and make environmental adjustments if needed. Notice any resistance patterns emerging and apply dissolution techniques immediately. Maintain awareness of identity expression through natural behaviors. Evening programming integration, 10 minutes. Review day's automatic achievements and reinforce successful behavioral patterns. Identify any programming gaps or resistance that requires additional work. Practice advanced programming techniques for continuous improvement and goal evolution. Common willpower transcendence mistakes. Mistake 1, trying to program behaviors without identity transformation, attempting to install automatic behaviors that conflict with existing identity rather than transforming self-concept to align with desired achievements. Mistake 2, expecting immediate results without systematic programming, looking for instant behavior change rather than understanding that subconscious programming requires repetition and time to create automatic patterns. Mistake 3, ignoring environmental programming and trigger design, relying only on internal programming while neglecting environmental factors that cue automatic behaviors and eliminate resistance triggers. Mistake 4, programming multiple conflicting goals simultaneously, attempting to program competing objectives without ensuring alignment and integration between different goal programming systems. Mistake 5, neglecting resistance dissolution and sabotage prevention, installing new programming without addressing existing subconscious patterns that create resistance and self-sabotage. Building your effortless achievement system. Weeks 1-4. Subconscious analysis and current pattern assessment map existing subconscious programs and identify conflicts between goals and identity. Analyze historical failure patterns to understand resistance and sabotage triggers. Assess current beliefs and values that support or oppose desired achievements. Begin basic identity transformation work through visualization and affirmation. Weeks 5-12. Identity transformation and goal alignment practice systematic identity transformation techniques that align self-concept with desired goals. Use modeling and embodiment exercises to adopt characteristics of effortless achievers. Reframe goals as identity expression rather than behavior change requirements. Begin installing basic automatic behaviors through repetition and environmental triggers. Weeks 13-26. Automatic behavior installation and environmental programming master installation of specific behavioral patterns that execute without conscious decision-making. Design environmental systems that automatically trigger desired behaviors while eliminating unwanted patterns. Create success rituals and behavioral sequences that operate independently of willpower. Develop resistance monitoring and intervention systems. Weeks 27-39. Advanced programming and resistance dissolution. Learn systematic approaches for identifying and dissolving subconscious resistance patterns. Master emotional release and belief replacement techniques that eliminate internal barriers. Develop psychological immunity to external influences and internal resistance. Create adaptive programming that adjusts automatically to changing circumstances. Weeks 40-52. Effortless mastery and complex goal integration. Achieve reliable automatic achievement across multiple simultaneous goals. Master advanced programming techniques for complex multi-step objectives. Develop teaching and mentoring capabilities for helping others transcend willpower dependence. Establish reputation for effortless achievement and consistent goal accomplishment. Your effortless achievement revolution. Dr. Amanda Rodriguez's transformation from willpower-dependent struggler to effortless achievement master wasn't about developing stronger self-discipline. It was about programming her subconscious mind so completely that success became automatic expression of who she was, rather than something she had to force herself to do. The Willpower Transcendence method she mastered isn't about eliminating goals or lowering standards. It's about systematic subconscious programming that creates automatic achievement without requiring conscious effort, motivation, or self-discipline. Effortless achievement represents the ultimate personal development breakthrough. When you master the ability to program automatic goal accomplishment through subconscious alignment, you transcend the limitations that keep most people trapped in cycles of motivation and failure, creating possibilities for consistent success that appear supernatural. Your ability to achieve any objective ultimately depends on your subconscious programming rather than your willpower strength or conscious effort. Those who learn to program effortless achievement will always outperform those who depend on motivation and self-discipline. The framework exists, the neuroscience is documented, the programming techniques are learnable. The only variable is your willingness to transcend willpower dependence and embrace automatic achievement through systematic subconscious programming. Like this video if you're ready to master willpower transcendence and achieve goals effortlessly through mental programming. Subscribe to this channel for continued effortless achievement and subconscious programming education. Comment below with your biggest willpower struggle. Let's design automatic solutions together. Remember, effortless achievement isn't about lowering standards, it's about programming higher performance through subconscious alignment rather than conscious struggle. Start your willpower transcendence transformation today.